If you had 30 minutes each day to photograph nature, where would you go? It's a question often posed to one Western Iowa photographer. The answer forced him to rediscover the natural beauty found just a short drive from his own home.
And even though the Omaha, Council Bluffs region has its fair share of urban settings, photographer Buck Christiansen found his own optical oasis and a moment in nature in his own backyard.
I just love it. It's like the greatest place to start your day. That's the biggest motivation I have. It's not necessarily about photography. It's just when you get there and you kind of settle in and you stay still and the geese start gliding past you and the frogs all start ignoring you. It's just like you just kind of become part of the scene.
Buck Christiansen starts his day a short drive from home in Council Bluffs, here at Lake Manawa State Park, where sunrises have been captivating him for years.
I think you're tempted as a photographer, especially when you're starting out, to use the tools and to see how far you can push stuff, and it's kind of fun to see how surrealistic you can make something. And then I think I've come to the point where I've settled in and I like to represent it the way I saw it or the way I felt it instead of this other world that a lot of photographers seem to be stuck in.
These early mornings are at the heart of Buck's connection with nature and his camera lens. But his photographic itch started before discovering this signature mirrored image at Lake Manawa. He spent years along the western rim of Iowa documenting rural scenics and his favorite subjects after long drives along our state's county roads.
I get that people like certain subject matters for photography, but I appreciate barns and I appreciate windmills and I appreciate lakes.
But as time marched on, Buck and his wife Terry had a daughter, and the realities of life began to shrink his photographic free time. Buck had a choice. He could let his photographic ambitions fade away or find subjects closer to home.
It's very important to be able to find some place around here just to be able to just work it into my day. You know, if I have 15 minutes, I can get somewhere in 5 minutes. I can take a few shots. I can kind of get that out of my system and then go on the rest of my busy day. Let's steal one of yours. No, I already have yellow. I need purple. I'm taking purple.
Okay, you gonna go again.
It's your turn. Hey, if you get it, you can steal it back. When I was forced to look more locally because I still had that passion to do photography, and after we had our daughter, it kind of kept us here. So I still had that itch, and so I just started to look around at more familiar places, and that's when I found that spot. Just kind of happened by it, and it's a series I've continued since then, since about 2011. It's so peaceful there, especially at 6:15 in the morning. Sometimes I get here and there's no wind and it's crazy foggy, and it's actually better when the sun's high. So I'll stay here until the last possible second I have to rush home and go to work.
While the sunrise at Lake Manawa is clearly his special place, he's found ways to document nature in his other urban surroundings. Along the Missouri River, a mixture of skyline, water, and the region's signature pedestrian bridge have made for abundant photography outings.
There had to have been a better way to go than this. I think usually when I come this far, it's just to hang out. I mean, you get two reference points of the bridge and the Omaha skyline. I've always liked the curves of it. It's really cool. Kind of what I always like to do is take an unlikely place and try to find some type of beauty in what you'd normally consider pedestrian. Since it's not a mountain or a ocean or whatever, it's fun to completely obscure the background, and that's why I love the fog so much. And I don't know if you've seen my shots, most of it is in the fog. There's more questions to be asked than there are answers in a photo, and I always love that. It kind of creates a sense of timelessness or placelessness. It's just this weird figure, disappearing into the fog. It's so fun. I love that. Now, whether there are a bunch of ticks, I don't know. Maybe that will be bad.
In a location where the Luss Hills skirt the central and eastern edge of Council Bluffs, Buck has found symmetry and a unique juxtaposition between the natural environment and the region's industrial features.
I shoot a lot in the mornings, and you come up here, and it's just birds and deer and me, and it's gorgeous. We used to travel a lot, and that's kind of the conception I had of photography, was doing a lot of travel photos and going to the ocean and going to the mountains. And this is the kind of place that I would look for and find if I were to go visit somewhere else, and it's kind of crazy that it's so close to home.
While the Luss Hills and the Missouri River have provided ample opportunities, Buck's favorite spot seems to be back at Lake Manawa in the wee morning hours before many Iowans are even awake.
I love it. I mean, it's just a place to completely forget about whatever things you have going on in your life, about whatever's stressing you. It's a renewal every time I go out and do it. It's just an escape.
His signature photo collection is actually focused on a small, narrow strip of land seemingly floating in Lake Manawa. It's known as Boy Scout Island to locals, who generations ago, as young boys, spent summer nights camping along the shoreline. It's that personal history combined with striking sunrise reflections that have caught the attention of Buck's lens and his many fans.
I do a lot of photography shows, and as soon as someone sees it, they instantly recognize it. I've never had someone say, "Where is that?" They're always like, "Oh, that's Boy Scout Island," and then almost everyone has had a wedding there, or their kids used to play there 40 years ago, or whatever. It's just like this commonplace. And they were kind enough to just drift into the frame. So that kind of created a moment that I wasn't prepared for, but that I was, prepared for. I was taking a picture of it. They just drifted right in, and I snapped it, and it's kind of one of my new favorite images.
As he flips through hundreds of photos printed from Lake Manawa sunrises, it's clear they are only a fraction of the thousands of exposures Buck has snapped along the rocky shoreline. And a reminder that his destination close to home is a perfect example of balancing photography and family.
I hear that all the time. I hear that from friends who want to go take pictures. They think they want to take pictures, and then when it comes time to go just run out and do it, I don't think they understand how accessible everything, how easy it is, how little time you need to take to just go out and 5 minutes away find a state park or something and just go do it.